Check. 1, 2, 3, check.
a quorum.
Now that you're
Oh
here,
my-
ma'am, we sure do.
Oh my God. That's kind of loud. It's very loud. There's an echo. Okay, all right. Did you have something to say, Ryan?
No, I'm glad you're here. 'cause
Oh,
we have
thank
fun.
you. Thank you so much. Okay. So let's call the meeting to order. And the time that I have is 4:03. And the meeting is called to order. And we have, I believe we have a quorum.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see, where are the names of my members? So we have Taylor Moreno is present, Melissa Guevara is present, I'm present, Emma Acosta, Ryan Woodcraft, and Philip Lane. Who's missing? Do we have any new members that perhaps we don't know? Okay, so then we also have Nathaniel Cheney is missing, and Holt Grambling is missing. And there's still a vacancy? Okay, all right, okay. So are there any members of the call to the public? No members, okay, none. Okay, so we have approval of the minutes of March 2024. Now, on your agenda, it does say approval of the March 24, 2025, but it should be May 19th, 2025. Okay, so we do have that correction.
And I move to approve.
So there is a
I'll
correction.
second.
Okay, there's a motion by Taylor and a second by Philip. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay. Item number 3 is discussion and action on an update of the 2012 Quality of Life Bond Projects, a Quality of Life Comprehensive Update. Gilbert Guerrero, you're up.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, Board. Gilbert Guerrero with Capital Improvements. So we'll start with a presentation for July 28, 2025. The agendas, you requested some requests for some information, which we'll provide from last meeting, the program status, and the paved trail and trailhead parking areas. So starting off with, one of the questions was, what is the split for Donald to Dyer funds transferred to the trails? The funds were all deprogrammed, which are shown here on the table, but they were consolidated and then distributed to certain trails that are shown here. So not sure if you wanted to know, like how much money went to Tierra, to Montana individually, but if that's the question, then we can look for that for the next meeting. But we recommended to deprogram Donald to Dyer, Skyline to Loma Land segments A, B, C, and D, the wayfinding, and the Westside Community Park for a total of $1.7 million. The recommended transfer was to go to Tierra del Este paved trail, $465,874, and then to Montana to I-10 paved trail, $104,249, and then Montana to River paved trail, $801,818. Tierra del Este also got money from investment interest from Quality of Life. Okay. Is that the information you were requesting last time? Okay.
Yes.
So next slide, you also wanted to know the attendance counts for Children's Museum and the Zoo. We contacted the directors for both. So from August 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025, La Nube had 190,492 visitors. The zoo, 216,824. Okay. You also provided, requested to provide an update about adding the community progress bond and public safety bond and information about meeting bi-yearly. The request is to review the updated resolution once it's approved, and can the frequency of the meetings be reconsidered. The meeting frequency was changed for consistency across the boards, not only this board, but all the boards. As far as the The frequency, you as a committee members are welcome to speak to your district representative regarding that, but that is one of the recommendations that they made, was to meet every 2 years. Also place the BOAC resolution amendment on the next agenda, which Elsa did do that. And going on to the current status, currently the balance that we have is $15,163,000, and then we'll go over the projects right now, from the parks to MCAT. The zoo is where we have majority of the work ongoing right now, and we'll go over some of the projects that we're actually doing at the zoo. And then the library, the $10,000, it's for some equipment, and that's why it's been lingering on there. So as of today, we have completed a total of 228 projects for the quality of life. To date, FY 2025, 9 projects have been completed. And again, 228 total projects completed on quality of life. And starting to go into the projects right now, we have 4 projects under design, 6 under bidding, and 5 under construction, and right underneath is the total budget for each of those phases, the design, bidding, and construction. Okay, so our projects in design, currently, as I mentioned, the zoo is the one that we have majority of the projects right now. The Asia Forest skylight roof replacement. This is in design right now. We should start construction somewhere around winter of 2025, with construction completion in the spring of 2026. The central flat fields, that is the one on Modesto Gomez. That one, we are currently working on the design right now. We did get some information from our consultants, reaching out to environmental regarding all the conditions at that park, so we're working on that. The Endangered Species Breeding Center, construction will start also in the spring of 2026, with construction completion should be early 2027. We can't start a year after we finish. It's a typo that I just noted, my apologies. And then the South American Pavilion improvement, construction will start early 2026 and be complete early 2027. The projects in bidding right now, Bear Ridge, this one will start construction. In fact, it will start construction in August. We already had a contractor on board. We're just working on the pre-construction meeting and a couple of the insurances that we need, but that one is ready to get started. So in August, probably second week in August, third week at the latest, we'll issue the NTP and you'll see activity out there. The Eastgate Park improvements, NIP is 5. That one, we're gonna start construction in the summer as well. We already have the quotes from the contractor, and as soon as we get all the information, insurances, everything that we need from them, we'll get started as well. So that one will start pretty soon as well. The paved trails, Montana to I-10, that one we do have the contractor on board. We are coordinating with El Paso Electric Company. The agreements to allow us, just an agreement to go work into their property. So some research, we found out some of the sections do belong to El Paso Electric. Others, we don't know the owner, so we're in the research right now. We'll get that address, get the agreements with El Paso Electric, and we'll start construction on that one probably in the fall, probably below the fall, as soon as we get the coordination with El Paso Electric. And Mountain to River, the same thing. We do have the contractor on board. Right now, only pending one item, which is an MOU with TxDOT. They have it in their possession. They're reviewing it. Once they review it, approve, we'll take it to City Council for our approval, and we'll get started on that one. That we already have contractor on board. Everything's ready to go on that one as well.
So I have a question. So summer 2025 is up until September? Because I think fall starts in September, no?
July, August, it's
July's gone.
June, July, August,
Practical
sometimes
purposes,
September
July's
for us.
over.
Yes. Mhm.
So sometime in August?
Yes. For which one, ma'am?
Well, you have 3. You have Bear Ridge, East Cave Park improvements and paved trails mountain to river. It said summer of 2025. That they would, construction to start on that. So I'm just asking, summer is, I think fall starts in September, sometime in September.
Yes, yeah, so it'll be somewhere in September, October, once we get everything
But
straight.
that's fall. It's not summer anymore. We're not in
All right.
summer anymore.
Well, we'll correct that just
Okay,
to make
all
sure.
right. Thank you.
All right,
Because if people see it, they're gonna say, well, summer's over and you didn't start. So if you put
Okay.
fall, then you start in summer, you say, oh, you're ahead.
all right. And as far as the trailheads, Palisades Trailhead, really there's no update on this one, the same thing as last time. That one, El Paso Water is working on the design for us. They haven't started their work yet, but that work, the trailhead will be done at the El Paso Water improvements. That's still a long ways coming, so you probably won't see any changes anytime soon. And then the beverage, as I mentioned, that one we're ready to go. Just getting ready to issue the NTP within the next 2 weeks, starting in August. Okay. And Mountain to River, the same as well. Just waiting for the coordination with the TxDOT. As soon as we get that straightened out and approved, we'll get started on that one. And that's all the projects that we have.
Okay. Any questions, anybody? No questions? All right. Okay, so the next item is discussion and action on items for future agendas. So do we have any other items for the next meeting? I'm sorry? Yes, item number 4. Do you have anything that you want to add for the next meeting?
No, that's item 5.
I'm sorry?
You skipped one. We're on number 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. So the next item is item number 4, discussion on the amendment to the BOAC resolution. Okay, and who's going to entertain that discussion? Do we have any information on that?
So if I remember correctly from the last meeting, this is one where council had looked at
Correct.
the possibility of adding, I believe it was 2017 and 2022 bonds to BOAC's purview.
Correct.
But they hadn't taken that course yet, and they were still looking at how they were going to arrange the boards. So I think this one may be more directed for staff to us if there is an update versus our discussion. And if there's not an update, I guess, then
Correct.
so be it.
So the last meeting, I believe we asked, and I think we asked legal. We knew that the council had met, and they had talked about going over all the boards and committees that they have. So one of the committees that they talked about was BOAC, the Bond Oversight Advisory Committee. And they talked about adding more projects to BOAC, to the 2012 BOAC, which means they would have to revise the original resolution. Because this one would expire either in 2028 or when all the projects are complete. But if they add more projects, then the resolution has to be revised. And then their discussion at that time was that we would meet twice a year. Well, if they add more projects, then we have to review more projects. It was my thought that maybe quarterly would be better versus twice a year. So does anyone have any updates on that issue?
Juan Gonzalez with the City Attorney's Office. I don't have an update on it. The last I've heard on that item was that council had provided our office and the city manager's office with specific guidance, or actually not guidance, a request to harmonize all the boards and commissions across the city, including the consolidation of certain boards and commissions. We're currently in the process of that. I believe the last few should be convert it from ordinance to resolutions, if not, if this next coming meeting, probably one right after that. And then there's also going to be a standardization of the bylaws as well. I think after that is when council would entertain making any changes to the composition or the purview of boards moving forward. The biggest issue was that they wanted to make the boards a little bit more responsive to the needs of the city by shifting from initiation by way of ordinance to resolution. It would allow that so that if there's an issue that a council identifies that they feel that they want to assign to a board, they would only have to have that additional purview done by resolution instead of ordinance. That's the last I've heard.
Okay, so you have no idea when it's going to go back to council?
I don't know the specific dates. I haven't been working on that. We could, what I can do is I'll reach out to my colleagues, and then we'll send out an email to this group right here just to let you know when you should be able to anticipate seeing the items going to council, upcoming council meeting. I know there's a few items that are upcoming for this upcoming meeting on the 5th, but I don't know what they are as far as their status, but I'll find that out and make sure I message it out to you all.
Okay, so if you need, would you legal, and I'm not talking just you specifically, you legal department, would you need, like, maybe comments from us, from the board?
It wouldn't be from us because this is something that council directly directed us all to undertake and consolidate. What I would recommend is if you have any concerns or recommendations as far as what the purview of the BOAC should be, I would recommend going to the individual reps who appointed you all and letting them know this is what I think we should do so that they could then either move it forward for the consideration of all council, and then obviously it would be a full council decision of whether or not and how to expand or change the purview and even the meeting schedule.
So are you actually getting input from the departments as well?
Yes, we've coordinated with the various departments when it comes to posting the items. I believe Ms. Brito, who I'm covering for today, has reached out with CID to make sure that she coordinates so that all the boards and commissions that are either being consolidated or revamped to come into conformity with how council wants them moving forward. All those ordinances are being handled, all the resolutions are being handled.
Okay, so then the question to the department is, are you seeking information from the board itself, from the advisory council, from this board?
No, we're not. We provide all the information. So right now, the agendas, that item will probably be in city council in September. We're not sure what date in September, but it'll most likely be in September. But like John said, really talk to your representatives about the amount of times that we're gonna meet, or they recommended to meet, which is right now 2 times a year.
Well, that was, what they said was that was your recommendation.
Yes.
But it
So,
was a department recommendation.
yeah, based on different departments. So yes, I think that's happened before. We've done it 2 years. I think it went for this committee. So 2 years is what we feel it's gonna be reasonable and give you the other input and updates that you need.
If we don't get any extra projects, I think every meeting twice a year is fine. But if we're gonna get extra projects, if we're gonna bring in more projects to us, then I think we need to do it quarterly,
Okay.
so that we can review those projects
So-
and get familiarized with them. I think now we're kind of at the tail end of it.
So to your point, with the revamp that they're trying to do, currently the BOAC was initiated by way or unauthorized by way of ordinance. Once we change it, it'll be done by resolution. And as such, if, there's additional projects that are put under the purview of the BOAC, the resolution will be much more easy to change to provide that, and including the amounts of meetings and, what the expectations are of the BOAC as far how often to meet and what the purview would be.
Okay, so, no, I understand, if you use the resolution, it's easier to change than an ordinance. My concern to all of you is, if you're going to give this committee more projects, then twice a year is not enough, it's not sufficient. to meet and understand all the projects that are gonna be given back to us.
Okay.
Because it's, right now, we're at the tail end of it. We're almost done with everything. And everyone here is practically familiar with everything that we're looking at. But you bring us new projects, so then we need to familiarize ourselves with that. And twice a year, I don't think is enough, if we're gonna have an additional amount of projects to review.
Madam Chair, I think what we might be able to do, because we can't take action, we're just on the agenda for
Correct.
discussion, but I think throughout this discussion, if we had 3 or 4 bullet points that we as a BOAC considered this would be our recommended way forward, we may be able to just draft a memorandum from the committee to City Council and the mayor saying this is what our preference would be. I don't think that we could actually action that until the next meeting because we'd have to put it on the agenda. But that may be something that we could discuss here and be like,
When is our
and
next-
to those concerns,
Correct.
like we can lay those out in a memorandum format, submit it to council.
And I think you're absolutely correct, Ryan. When is our next meeting? When is our next meeting scheduled? I'm sorry? Okay, okay. We need to do it before that. We need to do it like sometime in August or early September, probably August. Maybe the latter part of August. So can we call a special meeting for that? Mr. Guerrero?
The next meeting for here is September. Sorry, not November, September. It's September and then November.
I see September 22nd is what we have on the calendar.
Yes.
Yeah, but it might go to council before September 22nd, correct?
Yes, we don't have the exact date yet, so yes, it might go city council before then. Let's see. City council. In September.
September 2nd would be the first one.
Yeah, it will go September 2nd or the 16th. Those are two city
Okay,
council dates.
so can we have a special meeting just to discuss that item and make our comments known to both the department, to legal, and then a letter to council?
Yeah.
And that would be the only item on the agenda.
Can we do it?
So I would recommend making that motion during, I believe, item 5 of this agenda, just to call a special council meeting, or, sorry, a special BOAC meeting.
Okay,
obviously
but
after today.
there's nothing that says that we can't have a special meeting, just to
I don't
discuss.
believe so. I think it's just by motion of the chair and then a concurrence of obviously, the department being able to host it along with the city manager as well. And obviously, being able to make sure it meets quorum and has calendaring.
Okay. So, board members, we normally have them on like the Monday. So is everyone available like on Monday, August 25th?
Are we officially shifting to item 5, so we stay out of legal trouble?
I'm sorry?
Are we shifting to item 5, so that we can
No,
stay out
I'm
of
just
legal
asking
trouble
you
for
before
that?
we shift to item 5,
Okay.
since we're discussing BOAC.
Which date were you?
August 25th, which is a Monday. Okay, yeah. Yeah. All right, so then we'll move on. There's no action on this item number 4. So we'll move on to action, item number 5. And so, discussion and action on items for future agendas. And so we want to call a special meeting for August 25th to discuss drafting our recommendations to legal, to the department, and to city council on the resolution, the current resolution that will, I guess, the current ordinance that is expiring in 2028, but with the understanding that council may give this committee more projects. And so we want to make sure that we have our input and that they know our concerns. And that's going to be the only item for discussion.
I think that'd be for discussion and action. So we
Discussion
make
and
sure that we
action
can,
on that day,
to draft it and vote.
to draft it, to
Yes,
get
ma'am.
all of our opinions and draft it and vote on it. So that it goes to council before they entertain their action. Okay, that's my motion. I
I'll
entertain a
second it.
motion. Philip
Yes.
moves, and who seconded?
I'll second.
Okay.
And Ryan seconds it, okay. So Philip has moved for that motion, and Ryan has seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Yay. Okay. Anything else that anybody else wants on the, that's the only thing we're going to discuss. We'll also have that item, discussion and action for future agendas on that meeting. Okay. So it'll be two items, the discussion and action on our comments to legal, to the department and to council, and then discussion and action on future agendas. The only two items. Okay, for the August 25th meeting. Okay, any other items to discuss? No? Okay, so then the next item is to adjourn. Who? Taylor moves to adjourn, and Ms. Guevara seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. And we still have a vacancy? This is off the record.